Let's look at collaborative working environments. So the concept of collaborative work is derived from the idea to have virtual workspaces and the concept of e-work. So a collaborative work environment refers to an IT infrastructure that supports a group of people, professionals, to work together to reach some goals, no matter where they are located. So it enables them to share information, exchange views, and discuss things to reach a common understanding and enable effective and efficient collaboration. So collaborative working environment is nice, but it has some organizational, technical, and social aspects. So the tools that are basically available in these cooperative working environments are things like email that we've sent before, application sharing, so people can share different applications amongst each other, instant messages to get some important topic across in a very quick way, video and audio conferencing to do meetings, document management systems to manage all kinds of documents that everybody needs to look at, a collaborative workspace where we can work together on these documents, task and workflow management to organize all the tasks that people might need to do, blogging and wikis, for example, to get information across to the other people in the team. So when we speak about conferencing, we are actually meaning that it's a meeting, but people do not have to worry about geographical location and they don't have to travel. It usually involves calling each other and having one or more listeners. So if we do conferencing, it saves time and money and improves the quality life of manager and skilled workings because we can reduce travel and communicate with each other anyway. So there's different types of conferencing, and the choice you want on which one you want to choose depends a little bit on the availability of the services you have, the price you want to pay, and the features that are required for a conference. So for example, if we want to do a meeting with people that we don't know or we haven't seen before, it might be important to turn on video so we can see each other and study the reactions of people. Conference can be asymmetrical, so we can have one or several main speakers and the rest of the participants can act mainly as listeners. This can be, for example, done in a webinar with a chat for questions. Or it can be symmetrical, where everybody has the same role as speaker and listening. So let's look a little bit more closely at different types of conferences and what you need in order to do them. So we have audio conferencing that requires a microphone and loudspeakers per speaker and loudspeakers for the listeners. And these can be used when people do not need to see each other. There's video conferences where you evidently need a microphone, a speaker and a video camera. And these are used when it's important that people can see each other in real time, as we indicated before. And then there's something called web conferencing, and this is being done by connecting computers together to the internet. And this can include audio as well as video, and is even better if speaker needs to show different applications, documents, slideshows or web pages, etc. So these can be shared on the screen to the other people that are in the web conference. So the most simple way of conferencing is to just choose the telephone network and set up an audio conference. And this can include connections from several locations using multi-conference capabilities of the modern telephone networks. And these conferences are often known as teleconferences. And they can be done using special terminals with ambient microphones for groups in conference rooms, for example. There's also special video conferencing equipment developed using standards created that can be used by when there's low bandwidth available on the digital network, such as ISDN. And these are also still in use, but most of them have been adapted now so they can also be used with the internet and higher bandwidth to include the possibility to connect a computer to them and share applications, for example. And they use standards like H.263 and H.323. But as you can imagine, the widespread use of the internet and the growing bandwidth of internet connections have made web conferencing mainly the standard conferencing systems. And we use platforms like Skype or Google Hangouts that offer free video conferencing with screen sharing and chat capabilities for up to 10 participants. Google Hangouts on Air even lets speakers broadcast the conference live to thousands of users through the YouTube infrastructure. And this is actually for free. So for corporate use, there are also systems like WebEx that let the user make low bandwidth webinars, or Adobe Connect that has a virtual classroom service that can have up to 100 participants per conference. So these are the different types of conferences that we can have in a collaborative working environment.